Hey everyone, welcome back to the B Studio, and today I'm with a brand new video for you guys. I'm going to be reviewing the second half of Never Have I Ever Season 2, episodes 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And these were a good batch of episodes, I gotta say. I'm not sure if I liked, I think I liked it better than the first half of the season. I just thought these had some great development with characters, some great moments, and I'm pretty satisfied with how it ended. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and dive right in. Let's talk about episode 6. So we kind of ended last episode off with Davy getting called into the principal's office, and there's this whole thing because Davy started the rumor that Anissa had like a food eating problem. You know what I'm saying? So it, so that's going on, and then Davy is struggling whether to tell her or not, and then they start this whole investigation where they interview people, which is kind of cool. So we have that going on, and then we also have Nalini, I don't know how to say her name, but the mom. She's flirting with Dr. Chris Jackson's warming up to him a little bit. I mean, I already knew they were going to be like a romance based on the trailer and what I've seen before. I just didn't know when it would happen, and apparently it didn't even work out by the end, unfortunately. But there's always a season 3. But I feel like a lot of these cases do end up happening. But we also kind of have Kamala, and she's frustrated because her name is left off of a paper or whatever. So she's frustrated with that whole thing, like a work paper at the lab. So when the investigation about Anissa keeps growing close, Davy just can't keep it hidden herself, and she reveals to everyone that she was the one who started the rumor, and then of course everyone hates her now, which I do feel bad for Anissa. I mean, she's not. I mean, I feel like we don't ship her and Ben together really. Obviously, I mean, it was kind of like a weird relationship that started, But I felt like I do feel bad for her because getting a rumor like sent around you is awful. I mean, I've had experience with it, so it's just tough. It's tough. So I just do really feel bad for her about that. And I guess I do kind of feel bad for Davy about the whole suspension, but still, I feel like she has to learn from her mistakes. And Paxton, I don't think this was right either. Paxton keeps relying on Davy to help him with his work, and he gets mad at her when he fails. And I do agree with her. That's not her problem. Like, sure, she needs to help him study, and sure, she might be distracted, but he shouldn't be blaming her for helping him. Like, I get that some kids have trouble studying, but that doesn't change the fact that Paxton was the one who needed to study his work. He shouldn't be relying on Davy. So, yeah, I don't agree with that because they made such a big deal with it later on of having the whole thing going on. So, yes, that is going on. That's pretty much the episode. I personally enjoyed it. I don't know what I would give it because I feel like because we're binging this show, I feel like I really just don't have time to stop and think about the episode. I mean, I do go back and take individual notes on the episode, but I really just go on and like move on. But it was still a good episode. So we move on to episode 7, and this is called "Begged for Forgiveness." And pretty much Davy is suspended, and she has to do chores with her grandma and everything, and she wants to apologize to Anissa. Ben comes by, and he's really mad at her for it, which I do get, but I still feel like Ben and Anissa have such like a weird relationship that really be like popped out of nowhere. So I don't understand why he's being so protective of her when she's barely even And I also feel like, remember Anissa from episode 4, and she called out Ben about his hairstyle looking like a child barber did it or whatever. Like he went to like a children's barber. What happened to that Anissa? Like the fun Anissa? I feel like we lost that really quickly because she was put with boring Ben. I'm sorry, I might be a little bit mean because I feel like Ben's not a bad character, but this season, Ben just wasn't that likable. Honestly, I mean, he was just kind of rude to Davy later on, and I get that Davy still shouldn't have cheated, but I feel like he was just being kind of like annoying, honestly. And then all he really did was like date Anissa by the end and be jealous of Davy and Paxton, but whatever. I just really liked that episode last season with Ben, like just focusing on Ben. I really did like that. So yeah, that's pretty much going on. She sneaks a plan to get into the school to apologize to Anissa. It was pretty funny actually, her plan to pretty much force her grandma to sleep so she can sneak out. Meanwhile, Nalini or the mom is getting warmer and closer to Dr. Jackson. So that's going on. Kamala is struggling, quits her job. So good for her for standing up for herself, obviously, because we don't need people bother her. And I didn't mind her storyline this season. I think I liked it a lot better than her in the first season, standing up for herself. And while I do wish maybe it wasn't dragged out so long, I still liked it well enough to be invested in. And I guess, I mean, good for her for standing up for herself. I guess she's not the most likable, but whatever. I did like how her and Davey's cousin relationship did develop this season too. So and then Davy goes and pretty much starts this whole thing, and she keeps sneaking into school, and then of course gets caught. Like, how is she even doing that? Like, don't you like if you come in late, you have to like sign in or whatever? But of course she just sneaks in. Like, really, she like did like the worst job of sneaking into school, and then she dressed in all black one time. Like, no, that's not the way like it works. Like, you're suspended, you stay home. That's, you know. So she tries to apologize to Anissa by doing like this big concert everywhere, and Anissa's not having it. She pretty much says that this is not a good way to apologize. You spread a rumor about me, you hurt me, so yeah, I'm not accepting your apology here. Like, do spend time working on your own actions. And Davy's mad because Ben's mad at her. Ben's like, that's a horrible way to apologize, dressing up in like the school mascot costume and apologizing, which I guess is fair. I mean, I feel like Davy just has to come up with something on the spot. I mean, she wants everything to be better. She wants people to like her. So that whole thing is going on. I feel like by the end, I guess I like Davy well enough. I get that she's gonna make mistakes, but I guess she's likable enough as a main character. I don't know. Okay. So yeah, and then Dr. Jackson and Nalini, I'm gonna call her, they kiss at the end of the episode. So whatever. I mean, I guess it was nice. Whatever. Okay. So moving on to episode 8, we kind of have these like group projects going on. Shakespeare, Daisy, Budget. I don't know how to say it, but pretty much it's Paxton and Trent and Fabiola, I think, are a group or something like that. Or Malcolm is involved. It's Malcolm, Paxton, Fabiola, and then Anissa, Ben, and Davy. So those are the groups going on. I don't know where Eleanor's at. I'm not sure if she was in this episode. Well, no, she was. But pretty much we see that there's these groups, and Anissa and Ben are officially dating, and they're my least favorite couple in Never Have I Ever. I mean, I was thinking, do I like them? Do I think they're worse than Davy and Ben? I think so, because it really just started out of nowhere. Honestly, like, it was like the worst buildup ever, and so they're making out in the hallway. It was awful, and not that I want Davy and Ben to be together, but I really just thought it was a horrible way to get these two together. I mean, obviously they're setting more stuff up for this love triangle in the next season, but I'll talk about that later. So she's just kind of, they're working on that. She kind of, I feel like she wants to be, her and Ben, like, I guess she wants to not feel like the sidekick anymore, which is one of the reasons, and also because I feel like it's less to do with the fact that she's jealous, because she really has moved on from Ben romantically at this point, like her feelings for him. And I just feel like she's jealous of Anissa still, and I think by the end, I feel like we got less of Anissa as the season went on, which was disappointing. But I feel like by the end, she is less intimidated by Anissa now that she has Paxton by her side. But whatever's going on there, I don't really care. And it's not that I don't like the character relationship or whatever, but I think that the whole Paxton, Fabiola, and Malcolm group was pretty funny, though. I like the way that they did that, but pretty much Malcolm is Malcolm's like doing the what was I gonna say? He might be cheating, is what Fabiola finds out, but of course this ends up being a false alarm. So we have that going on pretty much. So overall, this was a good episode. I wouldn't say it was like a great episode, a little bit less drama going on here, but still, I think I personally enjoyed it. Okay, so moving on to episode 9, titled Stalked My Own Mother, pretty much Nalini and Dr. Jackson are going on their first date, and Davy's upset and asks Kamala for help to spy. So we have that going on, and then we have Eleanor. Well, Malcolm breaks up with Eleanor. I mean, I guess good for that. I mean, I knew that Eleanor had a boyfriend, Oliver, and I guess they just happened to break up because she never told him, "Hi, I'm breaking up with you." Like she pretty much, I guess, cheated on him with Malcolm, and then we never got anything with them later on, like the two of them. So yeah, Malcolm broke up with her. She's upset, but whatever. I feel like that's actually probably a good thing. I mean, I don't know what's gonna go on there because I'm so confused with Eleanor's character because I really thought Fabiola got some good stuff, and I don't remember which episode this fell in because it was a series of things. But we have Eve's friend Sasha just being kind of like mean to her, and Fabiola's upset about robotics and everything because her and uh, Eleanor and well, no, Fabiola and Eve are campaigning to be the dance queens or whatever, cricket queens is what they're doing. So that's going on pretty much, and she has to miss robotics, and Eric takes over, and she's upset about that. I'm sure she'll eventually get her spot back as the winter, as the cricket queen or whatever. Okay, so that is going on there, and then Paxton is struggling too with everything. So he's just kind of digging deeper into his family stuff or whatever. I guess it's good because I think I've liked Paxton this season way more than Ben, definitely. I think he's just had a very more interesting character arc because I feel like the first season Ben was more interesting. I feel like this season Paxton was more interesting, which I feel like they had to build that up if they wanted to have a Paxton and Davy end game, which they did, obviously. Spoiler alert, but I feel like you wouldn't be watching this if you hadn't watched the show already. And then I feel like they had got to find a way to get Ben more interesting too, because it can't just be being jealous of Davy and dating Anissa. Like, no, we need a better arc for Ben. So I don't know where they're going there, but Paxton has really had like a better arc in my opinion because then Paxton and well, no, pretty much Davy falls into the hot tub, which was a scene that was still in the trailer. I didn't know how, like the context of it, but it ended up being she fell into Dr. Jackson's hot tub, which I didn't think they had a hot tub, so I was wondering what hot tub she fell in. But then she falls into his hot tub, and then Melanie is so mad at her, and then she decides to break things off with him to protect Davy because Davy is so upset for her dating someone so close to when her dad died. And I do kind of understand that because I feel like you got to accept it some way, and Melanie still lied to Davy about not dating him, so she wasn't in the right either. And I feel like I feel like here I really felt for Davy more because it is a tough issue. I don't personally relate, but I feel like it would still be a tough issue, and I feel bad for kids who have to get used to like a parent dating someone new, you know. So we have that going on, and then Paxton and Davy get together, or whatever. So there's that going on, and then yeah, Malcolm breaks up with Eleanor, and that's just kind of this was, in my opinion, better episode, more stuff going on. But here we go into episode 10. So we have this whole winter dance coming up. This one kid asks Shira out to the dance. He does like a big performance, whatever. Who was it? This one guy, like a teacher, asks Kamala to like watch stuff with them, like during like the dance, and she's first hesitant because her Pashant, something like that. His parents are coming into town. I guess they're still getting married at this point. I mean, I guess I didn't hate them this season because I guess her and Steve are officially done for now, which is whatever. They try to compare them to Betty and Joka, and they did a horrible job doing that because now he's I guess officially gone. So we have that whole thing going on. And then she eventually leaves dinner to go and do the whole thing at the school, and then I was kind of curious, like, is this Davy and Paxton thing? Because it starts out with just being like he wants some comfort, and then she wants him to ask her to the dance, and then she pretty much brings up the idea, but then she gets embarrassed because Paxton rejects her in front of public. We pretty much find out that he's kind of embarrassed of her in public, and I feel like that's almost kind of like an arc too. Like they pretty much only been together in private, although they weren't at the beginning. But I feel like, you know, just because everyone knows that Davy cheated on him with Ben, that he doesn't want to be seen with a cheater. I feel like that's what really was going on here. But then by the end, we really saw a lot of stuff. I didn't know if they were going to make a big switch around and make her choose Ben, but no, she chose Paxton. I think it was a way better choice for her to do that. I personally thought it was a good move. I'm glad they went that direction. I think it was really nice to see her make a choice, and I personally prefer Paxton myself. So I'm gonna get off of here. Comment down below, what did you think of this season 3? I don't know. Comment down below what you think of that. But anyways, I'm gonna get off here. So anyways, thanks for watching my studio. Like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And bye.